All right, click the link up top for 9Ys on Instagram. Click the link below on YouTube. I want to share this video because it's incredibly important, and I want this to be the barometer. All right, everyone go tag Errol Spence, go tag Terence Crawford, go tag their team, tag Terence Crawford's sister, because I'm gonna say this, and I want every fighter to listen what I have to say. I'm never gonna be famous. I don't have no desire, but I'm always going to be, in a sense, financially successful, or wealthy as they call it, because I own everything. Right? Little known fact about me, I own the rights to Pablo Escobar. Right? I own the rights to my movies I do. I own the rights to my properties. And I'm saying all this to say this. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford needs to fully grasp and understand. Crawford, last name is first. Crawford versus Spence is a brand, not a fight. I repeat, Crawford versus Spence is a brand, not just a fight. Holyfield versus Tyson. Is that a fight or just a brand? Understand where I'm coming from with this. That is a $100 million brand. I went by the USC. I went to the USC UCLA game yesterday. Across the street from the Coliseum, they're building a Star Wars museum off of which was first a movie. Now it's a brand, worldwide phenomenon. There are going to be documentaries written on this time period on boxing, and when Spence Crawford fight, it's going to cement this era of fighting. Just like, imagine if Leonard, the four horsemen, the four kings, if they had decided, you know what, these aren't just four fighters fighting, this is a brand. We need to own this through perpetuity. And that's where we need to be. I would suggest that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford collaborate on this. No content is free. Y'all need to create your own channel, your own platform, charge $4.99. You guys agree to fight. You know that 24-hour access. Y'all need to do Road to Crawford Spence. Y'all iron out the deals back door. I'm unsure if Errol Spence deal was a 360 deal where everything got to run through Al Heyman. I saw a few of his contracts. Some of them do say that. But if not, if you own everything outside the ring, Earl, you need to call Terence. Y'all need to call him, and y'all create the plan to fight. The merchandising on this, minimum $10 million leading into the fight. Gross. Minimum. T-shirts. Boxing gloves. Signings. Meet and greets. Mugs. Whatever the case may be. This is the fight. Okay? This is a generational fight. Imagine if Floyd and Manny had understood this. Floyd just wanted a big check. Now, some guy like me is going to say, hey, I can do this documentary, and I don't ever have to contact Floyd. I can contact the people who covered it. Floyd and Manny Pacquiao can't use a cease and desist order because they don't own the content. Top Rank owns the content. Fox owns the content. CBS owns the content. Whoever else it was on, but Floyd and Manny don't own the content. I saw Kenny Porter and Terence Crawford. It was great. Blood, sweat, and tears. It was great. But let me tell you something. If I was the Porters, I wouldn't have gave away their content for free. That was priceless content. I would have made them earn it. No one's getting Lincoln's content. We doing this to perpetuity. I'm not chasing $5 million in to be famous. I'm chasing ownership. I'm raising the value in the bars of my last name. And that's what I think Spence and Crawford need to understand. It's not just a fight. If you guys go into it's just a fight, Bob Arum stays in business, Al Heyman stays in business, Leonard Ellaby stays in business, Eddie Hearn stays in business. Take the power away from them. They are an employee. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to keep on repeating this. Crawford versus Spence, Spence versus Crawford is a brand like Star Wars. like Holyfield Tyson should have been, like the Four Kings should have been. They should still be eating. Sugar Ray Leonard had to work for NBC as a blow-by-blow guy. Tommy Hearns, I don't know his financial situation, but they should be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And I say this out of love. How you receive it is how you receive it. But I know the truth. This is, many of y'all know me personally. Some of y'all don't. And some of you guys have an idea of who I am and how I live. I don't fake nothing. I don't have to fake anything. Spence versus Crawford is worth at least $100 million. In total, right now. $75 to $100 million it can bring in by itself. Spence need to call Crawford. Crawford need to call Spence. Period. You don't need to call Al. You don't need to call Bob, because fuck that upfront money. You're gonna make $20 million each off of endorsements and sponsorships and owning the content. Charge me $4.99 to watch Road to Crawford Spence. Y'all do a preliminary fight on the same card. Crawford is a free agent. He's a network. He's literally a free agent. He can go anywhere. Take a pay cut up front. It's okay. It's okay. Give me $3 million. It's cool. OPMs, other people's money. Okay. Errol, take the short money. Take the $5 million. Okay. But y'all gonna pay for this, Spence. Y'all want this fight? Y'all don't own the fight. Y'all just broadcasters. Y'all work for me. Road to Spence, that's not going on free TV. You're not boosting Showtime's subscription base. Showtime charges $8.99 a month. I don't know. I haven't been since the Paulie Malignaggi. I don't know how much. $8.99 a month. I would pay $4.99, $8.99 a month to watch Road to Crawford for what? 6 months. That's 6 months subscription times $4.99. That's $30 times 100,000 people. How much is that? $30 million. That's the same thing Showtime does. That's the same thing ESPN Plus do. I'm giving y'all game on top of game on top of game because I want y'all to be handsomely rewarded. Fuck that $3 million check. If y'all just want the $3 million check, call me. I'll write you a check for $3 million. That's short money. Short money. I got offered a few pennies for my movie. But I know over the next 5 years, I'll be able to generate that. 10 years, I'll be able to generate that. So no, I can afford my bills. Start thinking long term. Spence versus Crawford is a brand. It's not a fight. Listen to me. How many people do you see wearing a t-shirt of Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Hagler, rest in peace, who was honored yesterday? You see them as shirts. You see at least 10 people, 20 people to weigh in. Imagine Spence and Crawford owns the licensing and the licensing to all that. It's always going to be bootleg. Don't worry about that. Hustlers going to be hustlers. I respect the hustlers. I was that dude. All right. But owning the merchandising, earning the licensing, no one can duplicate that name unless they call Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Now, Terence mad at me because I told him the truth 4 years ago about Bob Arum. And I just simply said Spence will beat you. Whatever y'all agree on, agree upon it. Y'all can say whatever number y'all want to do publicly. 60-40 publicly, and it's 55-45 behind the scenes. Y'all do what you want. But there's going to be a little guy like me who believes in himself, that's going to be able to do a story on y'all and not even have to interview y'all. Imagine if Mike Tyson had a licensing on his name and owned everything from day one. I bet Don King got that junk. And whoever was in charge of Showtime and HBO back then, they owned that junk. So, I love y'all. I'm giving y'all game. $500,000 a year for 100 years? Through perpetuity? Floyd missed the ball on this. Floyd can talk about all the money he wants. Floyd should be the owner of PBC. Al Heyman built that off the success of Floyd Mayweather. Those gates, those pay-per-views, that funded PBC. That paid the PBC salaries. I know the truth. I know raw numbers. I do it every day. I never lie. I tell the truth. Spence versus Crawford is a brand. This is the first brand of this that I can honestly say of this generation. But here's the catch. Every fighter can do it. On a smaller scale. Who's going to be next? Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis? Fuck the chains. Choker chains. That's beta male meta. That's corny shit anyway. I say this respectfully. You want to be me at 44. Being a full-time dad. No financial worries. I love y'all. Like, I do this out of love. I don't need no, I don't need nothing from y'all. My personality does as many views as the interviews anyway. I say that selfishly and arrogantly and pridefully, but it's not true. But yeah. So anyways, man, the barbershop gonna be lit tonight. 9 Wives, click the link, 9 Wives. From man to man, from black man to black man. I love Errol Spence. I love Terence Crawford. I don't care how Terence Crawford feels about me. Think big picture, Terence. Think big picture, Errol. Okay, and I'm making this video publicly so y'all fighters can see. Showtime does the same thing. $8.99 a month. ESPN Plus, $5.99 a month. Something like that. It's the same business model. But you've never thought about it in those terms. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Spence versus Crawford is a brand. If y'all need help, call me. Everybody got my number. I'm not hard to find. Call me. We'll set the plan out. We'll do a Zoom call so we can record the conversation and y'all can have it. And I'll give you the play-by-play. You add your shit. Read your contract, Earl. See where it's at with it with PBC. And they're going to tell you, no, Fred is retarded. But Fred ain't had a job since 2007. So I ain't clocked in since 15 years, y'all. So I say this out of love. See the big picture. It's a lot of money there. It's perpetuity money. It's generational wealth. It's great-grandchildren type of money in this fight. It's not just a fight. It's a brand. All right, it's gonna be documentaries on 4 Kings forever. It's gonna be documentaries on Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali forever. Imagine if Muhammad Ali and Frazier own the rights to that. 3 fights. No, you don't own it. You're an employee of mine. I'm gone. Barbershop Conversations. 9 Wives. Click the link in my. Yeah, y'all know where to click the link and down below. So Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.